Hey guys, it's the Pop King here. Today we're going to be doing a beginner's guide on a game called Critical Strike, which is a class fighting game that some of you may know about, some of you may not. So yeah, let's go straight into it. The first thing is picking the kit. So there's a bunch of different classes, and each class has a different kit, right? So the Brawler class is mostly an all-rounder class. A lot of them are melee, some of them are ranged. The Assassins have low health but high damage and mobility. The Tanks, they have good amount of health but have low mobility, and they deal decent damage, right? Special classes, we'll get into that later. Same thing with the Game Pass classes, we'll get into that later. Support is for team games, or if you use it correctly, you can use it for like solo. The Burst is kind of like the magic class. It's got like magical people, and they're like a mix. Like some of them have low health, so like the Burst is mostly like a ranged class. It's kind of hard to explain, but we'll get into that later. Marksman is all ranged, so if you go into Marksman, like the Sniper has the longest range in the entire game. Archer, right, it's pure range, right? So whenever you're playing this game, you'll start with 200 points, right? Whenever someone starts, I always recommend the Ninja. It has good damage, good mobility, it's easy to aim, and it's just a really good kit overall if you can use it correctly. So Ninja, right? When you're inside this bubble, you become invisible, mostly invisible. And if anyone else comes in, they become blinded. You have an E for a dash attack, which does damage as well. If you press F, it will create this giant shuriken, and then the next normal attack you do shoots out that, which does more than double of your normal damage. So the Ninja is really good. I always recommend it. So I'll just go into training area and show you why the Ninja is good for starters. It's pretty easy to pick up, and it's not that hard to like master and get really good at. Alright, so this is like the training place. So this guy has 10,000 health just for practicing your moves on. Alright, so the Ninja can do really good damage, like really fast as well. You shoot pretty like fast. Your dash attack does damage, yada yada yada. And your like this attack, like I'm gonna stand far away and I'm like moving and stuff. It's super easy to hit. Like I'm not even trying, so it's really good. I even use this sometimes. But for beginners, it's cheap, it's good, it's fast, it's strong. Only downside is the health. If you look at the health, I have 70 health, which is pretty bad. But normally people either have 100 health or 70 health. Sometimes they'll have more, sometimes they'll have like 80 or 90. But yeah. So what the Ninja specializes in is going in for quick, fast kills. For team games, it can be good because you can hit a bunch of people at the same time with your abilities. And you can make this bubble, which is really good. So next, we're going to talk about the game modes. So the game modes are like the different like ways, like things you play. So the game mode right now is elimination, be the last man standing, right? So in elimination, everyone is against everyone else. You're a solo, and you've got to fight it out until you're the last one standing. Right? In this game mode, there's also Final Strike, which is when after the game's progressed a lot, the map shrinks to an absurd amount instantly, and so it's super small. And so then you have to there's no hiding, there's no running. It's just fight it out. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. This water-looking stuff, it's not actually water. It's funky juice, and it does damage to you. So only jump into it if you're trying to run. Because it does damage, but it can launch you high. It's just, no. Anyways. So the game modes. Right now we're in free-for-all. There's also the capture the flag kind of game mode, where basically you you stand in circles, and if you capture that circle, it starts gaining points for your team. you've got the Payload, which is also a team game. And that, you just, like, red team stands in the Payload, and they have to bring it to a set point. And then the other team says, hey, I'm not going to let you do that, right? So then if they stand in the circle, it stops the Payload from moving. And then the others, there is Wicked Time, which it's a free-for-all, but you get a random monster ability, and it makes you pretty overpowered. So, like, the Ghost makes you really, really, really fast, or the Pumpkin makes you burn people. Yeah. So it's like, it's just, like, that's just how it works, right? So there's different game modes. I'm about to die to this guy. Okay, I died to this guy. And then the last game mode is One for All. And One for All is everyone gets the exact same kit. And it's just, it can sometimes be hectic, or it can be just really not fun at all, depending on the kit that gets randomly chosen. Anyways, the next thing we're going to talk about is points. To get every kit in the game, you have to spend points, right? And to get points, the best way isn't by winning matches, but just playing matches and trading your tokens for points. I can trade every single event token that I get for 1 point. Or 50 points, sorry. If you win the match, you'll get 6 total points, and if you just play a match, you'll get 1. Valentine or Charming tokens can be traded for 100, same thing with the Corrupted or Sealed tokens, whatever. And these you can sell for better classes, like the Stalker, the Trickster, or if you save up 200 event tokens, like those normal X grade ones, you can get a special class, which is the next category of this video. Special classes. So, like, let's talk about the Turkey, right? The Turkey is meant to be an assassin, but it's not normal. So the Turkey deals. So Turkey, I'll just show it in the training room to better explain it. So the Turkey's main attack is a melee. That does, 1 second, it's 8 damage. So it's not the strongest thing in the game, but it can do damage, right? Your main damage comes from your E move, which gives people burning, which can deal a lot of damage. You have Q, which is a dash, and you have F, which is a dash, right? But the cool thing about this kit is if you jump, it's directional. So I can move at like crazy speeds, right? Because I can go in any direction I want. I don't have to go on the ground. So I can like hop over that, go down, right? And so this Q move powers up your F move. Your F move normally does 5 damage, and if you hit it, if you actually hit like the move, it has no cooldown. So if I hit this, I can do it again. If I hit this, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. So special classes often have like really unique features that makes them special because there's the special classes, right? Another special class right over here is the bunny. Now the bunny is kind of so the bunny shoots eggs, shoots 3 at a time. They each do 8 damage. So it's really hard to avoid the bunny, and you can do a lot of damage really quickly at the cost of your health because you don't have a lot. And E is this giant egg that does crazy damage and stuns people. And then the special part about the bunny is if you press F and then you press F in another spot, it works as a teleportation device for your moves. So if I shoot one in here, it goes out through the other way. Same thing with this one. And it's like directional. So I could do that. I could do that. And this works for your E attack as well. So the way I use the bunny is so if I go up to people, start dealing damage, get them to chase me, you can run away while still dealing damage, and they can't deal much damage to you. Then, if you go closer, you can use your E attack, which does, if you hit on the first hit, 20 damage, right? So that's like the bunny kind of, this is how, right? So it's just really cool. yeah. Okay, so this is one of the team games I was talking about. This is the Payload game. So you can either stay in the circle, bring the payload, or you can fight and get the people low. So as you can see, the bunny does very high damage. I'm dealing a bunch of damage right now. It's kind of hard to see through all the stuff. So I just killed someone. It didn't take long. So the bunny specializes at going in, dealing damage, and getting out. And yeah, you can just deal a bunch of damage really quickly, and it's special because of like the F move and stuff. And yeah, so bunny is another special class. So that's the special classes. And then after this round, we're going to talk about Robux classes and what they do. Ooh, sheesh, we got them. So yeah, so now that we've gone over the special classes, which are very unique, they're special, like they're usually extremely strong if you know how to use them and stuff. Now we're gonna go over the Game Pass classes. So the fairy is support and the chrono is a brawler, right? So all these characters are different. I'm gonna be using I'll just be using the Beast for this, because Beast is one of my favorite Game Pass classes. It's real nice. So you can, with the Beast, so Roblox classes are usually very, very, very powerful. They're semi-balanced, but also not. They're like, it's kind of pay to win. You can also rent them for 500 points that last until you leave the server. Game Pass classes are also special, right? They are a little different. Usually they're like unique, right? So I'm playing as the Beast, and the Beast, if you press F, your attacks get crazy strong, but you deal damage to yourself at the same time. You also have a lifesteal and a shock move, so you can deal damage pretty quickly and easily. I just got killed. I couldn't see him, but you know. So yeah. Right, so that guy specializes in getting up close and personal and dealing damage. You can lifesteal to keep yourself in battle. You can debuff people, and you can self-buff yourself, right? Now, the Ghost is way more ranged. The Ghost, you have a ranged attack. You have this, which shocks people. You have Ghost Stealth, which it's semi-invisible, and you move faster. Spectral Shot, basically, if you hit this like little laser attack, your attacks deal double damage, right? Rocketeer is also ranged. And what I mean by like they're all kind of special, let me just show an example. So the Shroom is very, very unique, if not the most unique character in the entire game. Not including the Ruler. Ruler is pretty unique. But all of your moves don't deal damage at all. They just deal as the status effect Toxic. And you can stack this up to 20, I think. You can put this down, which is annoying as heck, because it actually targets people. You can move, like, it's just really good. Yeah, that little cloud I just did, that makes people go to sleep so you can run. And then if I use this thing, if anyone with Toxic is in the range, I heal. If no one with Toxic is in the range, I just get faster instead. So it's really good for, if you go to middle, you have a bunch of space, and it's hard for people to dodge. Because just look at this. How are you supposed to dodge all this? On top of this and on top of that, and you're healing and stuff, the Shroom can be a nightmare to fight. So, like, that's another unique thing, right? So that's the Robux classes, right? And the one last thing I want to talk about is the actual core game mechanics, which you've kind of like, you know, briefed over. But yeah. So I'm just gonna be the Juggernaut. To really truly get good at this game, you have to first understand your kit you're using, right? This is to get good at any class fighting game and any kit, right? I have to know what all of your moves do. So the Juggernaut, I have to know my attacks are slow. I just have to know my attacks are slow, right? And I have to know that people can like get around me and stuff, so I just have to be kind of like strategic. Even though I deal a crap ton of damage, I still have to know what to do in certain situations. Right? So just knowing your character is a big part of this game. Right? Just knowing like how to combat things and how to like cope with stuff is one of the biggest parts of this game. So you just have to know like how to, oh my god. Bruh. Go, run. You just have to like know how to do that, right? Another big game mechanic is knowing like a lot of the classes. You don't need to know every single class, but you do need to know generally, oh, this guy can do this and this guy can do that, right? So if you're fighting a Juggernaut, you need to know kind of like, oh, I know he's not super movement based, so if I can get behind him while he's doing a heavy attack, I can deal some damage, right? Like, so if you're fighting a destroyer, right, it's also pretty heavy, so you kind of need to know, oh, he's doing this attack, this is my chance to get in, do like 1 or 2 hits, right? So, and you just have to kind of know, generally, like, oh, he's pressing F, so I need to get out of that range, right? And you just need to know, this guy's doing this, and this guy does that, and so I don't want to hit him when he's using, like, a shield, and, like, I don't want to hit this dude, like, you know, just kind of knowing what everything does. So, yeah, this is just, the click. Like, there's obviously so much more about this game that I could talk about. Like, I could just make a video on one class alone and all of its strategies. I could make an entire video on the Stalker, which is one of my favorite classes. Right? I could make an entire video on that because there's just so much content in this game. I could make an entire video on the Tank class, right? So this is just kind of like the main, like everything you kind of need to know to start getting good at this game, getting all the kits and stuff. Real quick, there's a tip. I recommend getting good at one of the assassin classes, like the Trickster or the Stalker or the Dancer. If you can get good at the Dancer, you basically become invincible. And then saving all of your tokens to get one of these characters. I recommend the Bunny and the Jester, Phantom. Okay, I recommend the Bunny, Wind Dancer, and the Phantom. Those are probably the best out of all the specials. Bunny, Wind Dancer, and Phantom. They're really good. So you just kind of, yeah, so it's just kind of like a base, just like guide to starting if you wanted to learn how to start doing this game and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, make sure to like. If you like the channel, make sure to subscribe. Comment down below if you want me to do a guide on a certain class, or if you want me to do a special challenge I have in mind. Then you can comment that down below, and then my next video will be on that, hopefully. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great day.